sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into some really cool stuff today.
Definitely.
We've got sources taking us from space to ancient history and even into the world of AI.
And even into our kitchens.
Oh, that's right. Even our pantries.
Yeah.
So buckle up. This is going to be wild.
It always is, isn't it? These deep dives are like, these journeys.
They really are.
Across all these different areas of knowledge.
I know. And it always amazes me how they all kind of connect in some way.
Yeah, it really is interconnected, isn't it?
It is. Okay, let's kick things off with that SpaceX Starship explosion that everyone's talking about. Now, for those who might have missed it, Starship is SpaceX's ambitious project to build a fully reusable spacecraft.
The big one.
A big one, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're aiming for missions to Mars and even beyond, right?
That's the goal.
So they just attempted their 8th test flight. And, well, it didn't exactly go to plan.
Didn't go to plan, no. The initial launch and booster separation were smooth, but...
Yeah, it looked good at first, right?
And it did.
But then...
Yeah, then it went a little bit wrong.
During the ascent, it lost control and basically just spun out of control.
Spun out of control before exploding. There was some pretty dramatic footage.
Oh, yeah. It was hard to watch. I mean, it really makes you think about
the
complexities of space travel and all the risks involved.
Yeah.
Even with, all the advancements in technology that we have.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, this isn't even the first time Starship has...
had a fiery demise.
Had a fiery demise, exactly. They had a similar explosion just last month.
I think it was.
Which Elon Musk kind of brushed off as a minor setback.
A learning experience.
Yeah, a learning experience. But with two of these incidents happening so close together, do you think maybe SpaceX needs to, reevaluate things a little?
I think it's definitely a significant setback, especially considering that, SpaceX wants to put humans on Mars within the next decade. 2 explosions in a row. It really does raise some questions about the program's timeline, and the technological hurdles they still have to clear.
For sure. For sure. It'll be interesting to see how they learn from this and adapt their designs for future tests. But for now, let's shift gears from the drama of space explosions to a discovery that's quietly changing how we understand human history.
Rewriting the textbook.
Rewriting the textbooks, exactly. We're talking about those ancient bone tools.
Yeah, this is a game changer.
Oh, it is.
Archaeologists working in Tanzania unearthed a collection of bone tools dating back an incredible 1.5 million years.
Wow, that's over 1 million years older than any bone tools we've ever found.
I know, it's mind-blowing, isn't it? We thought bone tool use started around 500,000 years ago.
Right.
So this just completely upends our timeline.
It's like someone just ripped up the history books.
It really is.
And it's not just a few tools, is it?
No, not at all.
It sounds like they found evidence of, mass production.
Yeah, that's what's remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not only the age, but the quantity, the variety. They found tools made from different animal bones, including hippopotamus.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, they were native to the region.
Right.
But here's the really interesting part. They also found tools made from elephant bones.
Now, that's where things get really interesting. Because elephants weren't exactly roaming around Tanzania 1.5 million years ago, were they?
Not at all.
So what does that tell us?
Well, it suggests that early humans were engaging in some form of trade or knowledge sharing, across huge distances just to get those elephant bones.
It really challenges what we thought we knew about early humans, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not just talking about survival here. It's like organized societies, trade routes, maybe even specialized knowledge being shared over large areas. What does this discovery tell us about how those early humans thought?
Well, it certainly suggests a level of thinking and social organization that we didn't think humans had 1.5 million years ago.
Amazing.
The fact that they were able to get materials from so far away and develop the skills to make them into tools points to planning, communication, innovation.
It really makes you wonder what other secrets are still out there, just waiting to be found. From rewriting history, let's move on to something that's shaping the future. AI's energy consumption.
Okay.
As artificial intelligence gets more powerful, there are growing concerns about its environmental impact.
Right, and rightly so. The power needed to train these sophisticated AI models is huge.
Yeah.
And it's only going to increase as AI gets more complex. Some estimates even say AI's energy consumption could double in this decade.
Wow, double.
Yeah, that's significant.
So finding ways to make AI more energy efficient is going to be really crucial for its sustainable development, right?
Absolutely crucial.
It seems like a huge challenge, but thankfully, some really smart people are working on it. There's some exciting research coming out of the Technical University of Munich, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Researchers there have developed this new mathematical approach for training AI neural networks.
Okay, neural networks. For those of us who aren't AI experts, can you quickly explain what those are?
Yeah, so neural networks are basically complex algorithms, right?
Okay.
They mimic the way our brains learn and process information.
Oh, interesting.
They're the foundation of many AI systems.
Okay.
They enable things like image recognition, language translation, even playing games.
I see.
But training these networks, that's what takes a ton of data and computing power,
right?
Which means a lot of energy.
So this new mathematical approach is basically a more efficient way to train these neural networks.
Exactly. It's about 100 times faster.
100 times faster
than current methods while maintaining similar accuracy.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is. It could be a huge step towards making AI both powerful and sustainable. It shows we can push the boundaries of innovation while still thinking about our impact on the environment.
I love that. Speaking of pushing boundaries, let's zoom back out to space and talk about the latest in the commercial moon landing race.
Sounds good.
It's been a mixed bag lately.
Yeah, definitely a mixed bag. But that's space exploration for you, right?
That's true.
We had a big win with Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost lander. It successfully touched down on the moon, upright, which is a first for a commercial lunar lander.
That's a huge step for private space ventures. What's Blue Ghost doing now? Is it just hanging out on the moon, or is it on a mission?
Oh, it's definitely not just hanging out.
Okay, good.
It's supporting various NASA missions, conducting technology demos, paving the way for more lunar exploration in the future.
So things are looking up for Blue Ghost. But I heard there was another lander that didn't do so well.
Yeah, unfortunately. Intuitive Machines' Athena lander, while it did land on the moon, it landed in an uncertain position. They're still trying to figure out exactly how it's oriented and whether it can even finish its mission.
So a bit of a cliffhanger for Intuitive Machines.
Yeah, definitely.
It really highlights, the risks and complexities of landing on the moon.
Even with all the advancements we have. This whole situation with Athena, it raises a question, though.
Okay, what's that?
How do you think these mixed outcomes, the success with Blue Ghost, the uncertainty with Athena, how will this affect the future of commercial lunar ventures?
That's a great question. I mean, will this encourage more companies to get involved, or will it make them more cautious? It's like anything else. There's always that balance between risk and reward.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're seeing private companies landing on the moon at all, it's pretty incredible, right?
Yeah.
It points to a future where space exploration becomes more accessible, more commercially driven.
I completely agree. It's a very dynamic time for the space industry, and I think we're just scratching the surface.
Speaking of exploring possibilities, let's come back down to Earth for a bit.
Okay.
And talk about something a little closer to home.
All right.
The age-old debate, butter versus vegetable oil.
Ooh, the classic.
The classic, right. We all have our preferences in the kitchen, but there's some fascinating new research that might make us rethink those choices.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they find?
Well, it turns out this question of butter or oil, it actually has some pretty big implications for our health.
Oh, wow.
We're talking about a long-term study over 30 years.
30 years.
Tracking over 200,000 people.
Wow.
Their diets and their health outcomes.
That's a robust study.
It is.
So what did they find? Butter or oil, who wins?
Okay, so the results might surprise you.
Yeah.
The study found that a higher intake of plant-based oils, like olive oil or canola oil, was linked to lower mortality rates overall.
Interesting.
Particularly from cancer and cardiovascular disease.
So team olive oil takes the lead. What about butter?
Well, not such good news for the butter lovers out there.
Okay.
The study found that butter consumption was associated with a higher risk of certain health problems, like cancer, and higher overall mortality.
So not the news butter fans were hoping for.
No, not really. But remember, it's all about balance.
Right.
And making informed choices.
Yeah.
This is just one study, and more research is always needed.
Always.
But it's a good reminder that what we consider healthy is always evolving as new research comes out.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder to stay curious and open to new information, especially when it comes to our health.
It is.
Speaking of new information, there's another interesting development in the world of AI that I think you'll find fascinating.
Okay, you've got me hooked.
Okay.
What's this AI development all about?
Well, it involves using AI to decipher ancient cuneiform writing. You know those wedge-shaped markings on clay tablets from Mesopotamia?
Oh, wow, yeah. Those tablets hold so much history. But I imagine trying to decipher them is like incredibly difficult and time-consuming, right?
Yeah.
Like cracking a code.
Exactly. It's a really painstaking process. But now, thanks to these new AI models, things are changing. These AI systems can identify and transcribe cuneiform characters with amazing accuracy and speed.
That's wild. It's like giving archaeologists a superpower. What kind of impact will this have on how we understand the past?
Imagine being able to analyze thousands of tablets in the time it used to take to decipher just a handful. This technology could totally speed up archaeological research and unlock so much knowledge that was basically hidden before.
So it's not just about speed, it's also about accessing texts that were too damaged or fragmented to be deciphered before, right?
Right, exactly.
What kind of new insights do you think we might gain from this?
It could completely revolutionize our understanding of ancient Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
It could shed light on everything from their legal systems and religious beliefs to their daily lives and social interactions. We might even uncover lost stories, forgotten rituals, or even rewrite parts of history based on these newly deciphered texts.
It's mind-blowing to think about all the potential discoveries. It really shows how technology can connect us with the past in ways we never thought possible. And speaking of connecting the past and present, our next deep dive takes us to the streets of Austin, Texas, where the future of transportation is unfolding right now.
Austin, the city known for its music scene.
And now for being one of the first cities to really embrace self-driving taxis.
That's right. Waymo, the company behind this technology, has expanded their robotaxi service to Austin.
It's a huge step towards making autonomous vehicles a part of everyday life, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. It's really fascinating to see how self-driving cars are evolving. Do you think they'll be everywhere soon?
That's the big question. There are definitely still some technological and regulatory hurdles to overcome, but the progress we've seen in recent years is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of time before they're more common in our transportation systems.
It'll be interesting to see how this technology will change our cities. You know, the impact on traffic, parking, even urban planning.
Totally. It's an exciting time to be witnessing all these changes. But before we get too lost in the future, let's circle back to a story that offers a glimmer of hope for people facing really tough challenges today. Remember those children born with that rare genetic condition that causes blindness?
Yes, it's a heartbreaking condition. Imagine impacting children from birth, robbing them of the ability to see the world.
It's tough to even think about.
Yeah.
But there's some amazing news coming from the field of gene therapy. A company called MeraGT has developed a treatment that's showing incredible results.
Oh, wow.
They've actually restored eyesight to 11 children with this condition.
That's incredible. It gives me chills just thinking about what this means for these children and their families.
It really shows the power of human ingenuity and how dedicated these researchers are to finding solutions to some of the toughest medical challenges.
Absolutely. It really highlights the potential of gene therapy to revolutionize how we treat genetic disorders. It could offer real hope to those who didn't have many options before.
It's a big achievement that could lead to similar breakthroughs down the road. And speaking of potential breakthroughs, there's another story in the medical field that I think is worth highlighting. It's still early, but researchers are developing a new drug that could be a game changer for Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, this is exciting. Alzheimer's is such a devastating disease, and the treatments we have now don't offer much relief.
That's right. This new drug works in a totally different way. It boosts the immune system to actually clear the brain of those harmful plaques that are a hallmark of Alzheimer's. And the early results are showing real promise.
It's important to be cautiously optimistic.
Of course.
But the fact that we're seeing these new and innovative approaches to tackling Alzheimer's gives me hope for the future. It shows that even when things seem impossible, science can open up new possibilities.
So true. Today's deep dive has taken us on quite a journey. From space explosions to ancient history, from groundbreaking medical advancements to the future of AI. It's really amazing to see how human curiosity and ingenuity are driving progress in so many different areas.
It is inspiring, isn't it? The world is full of wonders just waiting to be discovered. And even when we face setbacks, there's always a reason to be optimistic.
I love that. And sometimes those discoveries come from really unexpected places, like figuring out how to recycle something we thought was unrecyclable.
You're talking about that new method for recycling plexiglass developed by researchers at ETH Zurich.
Yes. I was surprised to learn that plexiglass wasn't easily recyclable before.
It wasn't, not on a large scale anyway. But this new method could really reduce plastic waste and give new life to a material that used to just end up in landfills.
It's a perfect example of how innovation can come from anywhere, tackling problems we might not even realize exist. And what's really interesting is that it's not just about the huge, headline-grabbing discoveries. Sometimes it's those seemingly small advancements that have the biggest impact, contributing to a more sustainable and innovative future.
Absolutely. Every discovery, big or small, adds a new piece to the puzzle of human knowledge. And sometimes, those seemingly insignificant pieces can lead to the most profound insights.
Well said. And speaking of insights, today's deep dive has been packed with them. From the complexities of space travel to the potential of AI, from rewriting history to reshaping the future, we've covered a lot of ground.
It's been quite a journey. I think what stands out to me the most is how interconnected everything is. Whether we're exploring space, looking at genes, or uncovering the secrets of ancient civilizations, each discovery helps us understand the intricate web of life and the universe.
I love that perspective. It's a reminder that even fields of knowledge that seem totally different can intersect and inform each other in surprising ways.
It's that interconnectedness that makes exploration so captivating. Each discovery brings up new questions, leading us down paths we never expected. And those paths often lead to even more amazing discoveries.
It's a beautiful cycle of curiosity, exploration, and discovery that keeps pushing us forward.
Speaking of pushing forward, there's one last thought-provoking idea that I've been thinking about.
Oh, okay, I'm all ears.
You know how we all love our tomatoes and eggplants?
Who doesn't?
Well, researchers have figured out the genes that control the size of those fruits or vegetables, depending on who you ask.
Wait, so does that mean we might be seeing giant tomatoes and eggplants in our supermarkets soon?
It's definitely a possibility. This discovery could be huge for agriculture, leading to higher yields and more efficient food production. Imagine being able to feed a growing population with bigger, juicier tomatoes and eggplants.
It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but with really delicious and healthy implications.
Exactly. It reminds us that even as we explore space and delve into history, there's still so much to learn right here on Earth, even in the everyday things we take for granted.
It's true. The world is full of wonder, both big and small, just waiting to be discovered.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive today. It's been an amazing journey of exploration and discovery, and I hope everyone listening has enjoyed it as much as we have.
Absolutely. Before we sign off, I have a question for you, our listeners. What really stood out to you from all the stories we've explored today? What made you curious? What will you be thinking about long after this deep dive is over?
We encourage you to keep exploring these topics, dive deeper into the research, and maybe even challenge your own assumptions. That's what learning is all about, always expanding our understanding of the world and ourselves.
So, until next time, keep those minds curious, those imaginations sparked, and never stop exploring the amazing world around us.